Hi, y'all. I'll just wait for a little bit, see if anybody else comes from the tweet I just sent out. And we'll see. From the title, you can tell what we're going to be doing tonight. It's less Xenoblade, actually, and more me just wanting an excuse to play some more Xenoblade 2 again. So I'll explain more when the stream gets started up a little more, but we'll wait for a little bit. We'll hang on this image, which is probably the best part. Hey June, I'm sorry actually. There won't be any funny accents because for reasons. Hello, hey June. How have you been? I won't explain why there won't be any funny accents. Remnants 2. Oh, just starting out making it? Or whatever the project might be called later on, because I know that title, any title can change midway through. I have definitely changed like a title midway through making a thing before, so I understand. So I guess I'll give a little bit of explanation of what the heck I'm doing here. Xenoblade Definitive Edition comes out like tomorrow. I'll probably get my copy over the weekend. But what we're gonna do instead... Oh, is the music loud? I'm sorry. I'll try to turn it down a little bit. Let's try that. That might be a little bit better. How's that sounding now? I know I've got a little bit of a delay. Is that much better? Okay, awesome. Good, I think that'll work out. So, I wanted to play a little bit of Xenoblade 2 before Xenoblade Definitive Edition came out, and I will replay that, or I will play Xenoblade again, because after redoing that Game of the Year, doing that Game of the Year list, I kind of realized the 3 Xenoblade games mean a lot to me. Oh, Polly, you're hosting me. Oh, no. We're not going to go for too long on this. So, I have started a New Game Plus file of Xenoblade a little bit ago, and I've just been kind of working my way slowly through that every once in a while. This is Chapter 4 in the game, and we won't be doing too much. I'll probably be going through the rest of Chapter 4. I do promise Morag at the end, you know, in this chapter, she will be here. She's not in my party currently. Polly, you posted the Morag art, that fan art, today, and I was like, oh, yes. Yes. Give me more of that Maneth or Morag, whatever you want to call her. Also, we are not using the dub. I am doing the Japanese audio because, believe it or not, I don't like the Xenoblade dub that much. Oh! Think about grabbing this. Awesome. Yeah, it kind of surprised me when I did my whole Game of the Year list, when I kind of thought about everything and kind of placed everything naturally, how high all 3 Xenoblades turned out to be. Like, even though I say to myself, like, I don't... Like, Xenoblade 1 is my least favorite of them, it's still placed number 9 on that list. And I was a little shocked by it. I was a little shocked myself by that. I was like, yeah, okay, maybe this game does mean more to me than I tend to think it does. Even. This is still locked, right? Yeah. I've not done much in this dungeon yet. There would be some cutscenes. And again, I've played through this already. This is a New Game Plus file, so I'm using some of the broken blades the game gives you. It's fun. Some of the Torna blades.
博士の命も保証できないぞ。
神経サーキットの負荷を2割カットするも。
I don't know what happened to that Japanese voice. That's great.
生産性は向上するも。
最初から素直になれ。
I love how it's just a monster graphic.
あの人もしかして。
え？お前はドラなのかも。
立蔵父ちゃんかも。
ドラ。
父ちゃん。
Aww.
私もだもん。
トラ、よかったな。
ありがとう。
この
Well,
トラのお友達。
if Nopon are the worst things, try to think of anything worse than Nopon.
そうか。こんなところまでいい友人を持ったもん。
I guess the question is who's the worst Nopon,
この人工ブレード
and then we can determine that's the worst thing in video games.
キクの設計図を改良してトラが作ったもん。
おお、彼は素晴らしい。トラ、精進したもん。
If I had to pick the worst Nopon, you know what? Tatsu might actually be my choice, even though I like Xenoblade
今は
X.
持つ脱出を。
ああ、そうじゃな。急げレックス。
なあ。
そうはいきませんも。
Oh, here we go. I would give a little bit of what's going on in the story at this point, but party's been investigating where parts are going in the Empire of Mordane. Turns out there's a artificial blade production factory underneath the continent.
お前、許さないもん。ご主人、マジで怒ってますもん。
その人工ブレイドを手に入れる機会を待ってましたもん。さあ。
Also, they hired Turkin, and you know, hiring Turkin never goes well. So yes, there are regular living blades and artificial blades. It's well explained throughout, but yes, blades are actual living actual living things. They are their own race of like their own species, basically. And artificial blades are ones that are created. Our party member Tora, the party member there, has an artificial blade that he uses because he cannot link with another blade. So he made his own. And his father's and grandfather's research was what they used for it, for the artificial blade project. And there's a group of people that are using that same research to make their army of artificial blades.
あんたたち、ここで何をやってたんだい？
商売ですもん。エーテルロと人工ブレードを量産して欲しがってる奴らに売りつけてたんですもん。
私は脅され、量産に協力させられていたんだもん。
父ちゃん。
その上今度は花を欲しがるとは欲をかいたもんじゃのう。私には分かったんですもん。そいつには先祖博士が残したエーテルロが組み込まれてますもん。だから
その通りも。あれは私にも再現できない父の最高傑作だもん。
で、テートじゃ具合が悪いからってここにおびき出したってわけだ。
はいですもん。
こいつは最初から人工ブレイドを狙う一味だったもん。父の助手でありながら情報を紹介のあの男に売り研究所を襲わせたんだもん。
じゃあじいちゃんが殺されたのはこいつのせいなのかも。
その通りも。
紹介のあの男ってもしかしてあんたに命令してたのは。
そう、俺だもん。
Alright, I know you said that no pawn are the worst thing in the world, but you know what? Bana's pretty great.
まったくお前は爪が甘々だもん。せっかくおびき寄せることができたのに捕まえ損なうなんてもう。
申し訳ありませんもん。
だが許してやる。人工ブレイドだけでなく天の聖杯までやってきたんだから。先祖博士のエーテルロを手に入れて、さらに完璧となった人工ブレイド量産で大儲け。さらに天の聖杯を売り払って大儲け。これで柔らかキノコ食べ放題だもん。
Hey, he's feasting on mushrooms. You know,
あんた
that's his plan. He's doing that.
ひどいことするやつだったなんて。
お前こそいい仕事いろいろ回してやったのに恩知らずだもん。
Can relate.
で天の聖杯は誰に売り払うつもりなのさ。やっぱりイーラ。
なんでイーラを知ってるのってよく見たらお前イーラのドライバーだもん。
Torna, by the way, is our big villain. Is kind of the main group of villains for this game.
そっちの取引相手もイーラなの？
よくわからないけどみんな黙らせてしまえばいいもん。聞く。
Also, Lila's here, so it's gonna be fun.
戦闘開始。
トラ、あいつを破壊してくれも。ムイムイに改造されてもう私の言葉すら届かないもん。
わかったもん。行くもん、花。了解ですの、ご主人。
And we proceed to have the Aegis in there, but we're gonna use the blade I've been using, Peridito, who is a new game plus blade only. I like this stuff. Let's see. Go ahead and start doing this stuff. Blow down. Okay. I would say big cheats, but you know what? The game's giving me, you know, for the new game plus, you get the Torna blades, and it's like the best stuff. There's some fun stuff you get in new game plus. Besides, I'm dying here anyway, so it'll be all right. Ooh, no effect there, huh? I like the health potion drop. That's a thing I've liked about this version of this battle system. Ooh, hey. Yeah, there's a lot of talking in this game. There's a lot of there's a lot of dialogue here. But this game has an announcer. And JRPGs with announcers are great. The other one I can definitely think of is another Monolith Soft game, which is Baten Kaitos 2. And yeah, it does sound like the Sonic Colors announcer. Also, here you get a cut. You all get a cutscene.
花のご主人が負けるなと言ったんですもん。だから花は勝つ。ただそれだけですもん。理解不能。 やるも花。あと一撃でお前の勝ちだもん。
待ってくれも
父ちゃん。
すまんトラ。こいつは私の言うことを聞かない悪魔の兵器に改造されてしまったもん。だがそれでも先祖は父さんの形見であり私の夢なんだもん。
理解不能。
何やってるもん。お前なんじゃ壊れても構わないもん。相打ちになってでもエーテルロを奪えもん。
I mean, do you want the maid in the exosuit, the exoskeleton maid to die? I don't.
早くやれも。
私のご主人様は私のご主人様は千蔵博士と立蔵博士ですね。
制御装置を自分で破壊したもん。もも。
よく頑張りましたもん、姉様。
花
聞く。
こんなはずでは。さくらの軌道はどうなってるも。
いつでもいけますわ。
Oh shit! Do we fight Rosa this early?
わかりましたもん。
I think we do fight. Oh shoot! I forgot we do fight Rosa this early. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I love this scene. Wallace and Gromit sure has changed. You're absolutely right.
あいつらどこ行った。
探そう、レックス。
トラ、花、親父さんと聞くは任せた。あいつらは俺たちがやっつける。
I forgot we fight I forgot we fight Rosa this early. Okay, so we've lost Tora. Fortunately, he's not much. Alright, where are we going? I was just looking. Alright. Did this door open? Yeah, it did.
到着。
この地
ただいまっと。
Some of my mercs returned. Check on those later.
古きを訪ねて新しきを知る。
Hmm.
すなわち恩子知心なり。
I'll hold off on that for now. I can come back. There, they finally saw me. Crap. I think they just went for help. I'll figure it out later. Hey, look, I'll say this. Whenever I do replay Metal Gear Solid, I do typically do an easy mode playthrough. Because I've gotten worse at Metal Gear Solid as I've gotten older. There we go. We had to defeat them anyway. They had an item we needed.
どれどれ。
Dusk Bamboo. connecting bridge. I'm just looking around now. Let's see. Stealth. See, there we go. I can't do it sometimes. Oh, I see where we're going. Okay. Alright, I'll stop playing around. I think. Oh, wait. Either they're too small or I don't know, my level might be like I'm like 34, yeah. Or I'm too small. Rex is kind of a small boy. I kind of appreciate that though, honestly. Oh. It's a Turkin. There we go. Deej Turkin. Okay. So, Polly, since you're here, I'll switch. I'll switch to a blade that you might enjoy. There you go. She was there. Ellis was there, so. Don't say I didn't give you I gave you something to enjoy while you had to watch Xenoblade 2. Watch me play Xenoblade 2. It is the best decision. I don't have Cosmos still. Like, even still playing the game, I do not have Cosmos yet at all. So, unfortunately, I'm not using Cosmos for that reason. Watch me, however, try like one of the cores that I have and just get like Cosmos instantly on stream or something. That won't happen. I know it won't, but you know, I can dream. The ink Perdido is playing a he's a guy. I like him. It's locked from the other side. Are you kidding me? He could be. Let's see. Oh, I see where to go. Alright, let's see. Looks like we're going that way. You know what? I don't jump enough in this game. That's a rabbit holding a large wrench. Okay, he's just getting away. There we go. There we go.
戦ってる時に振り落とされても文句言うなよ。
わしの教え通りにやれば問題はないぞ。
じっちゃんはそこでのんびりしててよ。
So Xenoblade X has some problems with probably how it's paced exactly. It's a very long game, and honestly not much really happens with it, but it's also one of my favorite games ever. Like I said, when I did that top 100 games, Xenoblade X wound up very high in the top 10. I will say this, I've spent, of every video game I played this last decade, I spent the most time playing a single game with Xenoblade X. And I still have positive feelings about that game. I may even show that off, like, on a separate stream before I get Xenoblade Definitive Edition. Just to show that game, because I love that game still. I can show off my awesome mechs, I can show off my fleet of mechs.
ちょっとかわいそう。
And that soundtrack is sick. That Sawano soundtrack is heavenly. I love it. Common core crystal. Okay. Alright, let's try the collection point, see what happens. There we go. There we go. That area of effect attack is so good. There's not many of those available in this game, and when you do have one, it's very helpful. A lot of things are single target, but that's also because how this battle system works. It relies a lot on taunting, on drawing aggression from enemies, and kind of forcing you, like, for your party to focus on a single target instead. And some enemies can even taunt you, forcing you to lock onto a certain enemy. So that's part of the important stuff with Xenoblade. And the best part is to focus on that single enemy, get rid of that first, and then focus on your next enemy. Not to draw your attention away too much. Away. It's a bit automatic, but it does work. I think it works. I guess one thing, when I first played Xenoblade 1, I did not like the game at first. Like, at all. It took me playing it for a bit, and then restarting it, and then I liked it. So, I will say that about, like, if you ever play anybody ever plays any of these games. It took me a couple tries to actually get into Xenoblade. I will say this for the Xenoblade X soundtrack. Is Sawano the only person on that soundtrack? I can't say if it is or not. I can't say if he is or not. I think he is. And he's who I associate that soundtrack with. Okay, he is. Yeah, it's a soundtrack. It's full of vocal themes, so if you're into that with your giant robots, you'll have a good time. Give that soundtrack a good listen. There's some stuff. The Noctilum theme is in particular very good. The daytime Noctilum theme. There we go. I hope y'all prepared. I hope y'all prepared. This is like good.
これがキクの設計図を拡大コピーして作った巨大人工ブレイドサクラだも拡大コピーかそれでし
I knew I stopped playing the main story of this for a bit while I was doing replaying the best part.
池のサクラ
さあなんだかやる気出しにくいけどやるぞ
これぞキクの拡大コピー
見せてやろう
巨大人工ブレイドサクラだも拡大コピーとはバレエ様のアイデアにはほほえますも恐れ入ったか降参するなら今のうちだも
Alright, we got to the first part. Because, if you thought that was amazing.
なんてパワーなの。
皆さん私がおとりになりますその隙に
いいえ、それは花の役目ですもん。
トラ花
花、すごいエネルギー。姉様のおかげですもん。
ご主人様、あんな装置に操られて申し訳ありませんも。
こいつ、様をつけるなんて花より礼儀正しいもん。
I'll be quiet, Tora. Though he did only think that.
妹よ、迷惑かけたもん。
迷惑はかけられ慣れてますもん。誰のことだもん。
花、もう一つ頼みがあるもん。私たちのたくさんの妹たちを
救ってみせますもん。花の使命ですもん。
よかったもん。あとは私にできることを。花、私をスターターにして。
そうだったも花のエーテルロは菊の試作型エーテルロのパワーで転化できるも
姉さんもそんなことしてキクは平気かも。
I'm being quiet and not offering commentary because, you know, I'm watching the cutscene. It's good.
私の命の炎でみんなを。
さあ花、お前の真の力を見せてやれも。了解ですもんご主人。チェンジ JK モードスイッチオン。
いくらパワーアップしたところでバーン様のサクラにかなうはずがないもんやれもサクラ
Oh, yes. Now Tora has his second, he has a second blade now. We'll keep the same part. Same configuration now.
お
Okay, shoot. Okay, that also stays. Okay. So there's a New Game Plus thing happening here. I did also get Poppy's third form as well, apparently, from that. I just saw the ice there, so yeah, he just changed. Okay. Looks like I also have Poppy's third form too, so that's even better. Oh shoot, toppled. I was going... Well, I was going to topple it and then do a permafrost crash, but I guess I'll hold off. Guess I gotta use it now. I gotta blow down. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll end this well. There we go. I love how that's just a texture on the put them in there. I love stuff like that.
ご主人、調子に乗りすぎですもん。お前もこれからは悪いことに使われないといいですもん。ああ！バーンがいないよ。
あそこです、お嬢様。
待て。
Oh, is this what we do? Yeah, okay, we have another... We do have another boss coming up. That was not exactly it. So I'm just going to confirm what I saw. Yep, okay, he has all three now. Okay. Just to kind of note the choices of blades in this game. I have been playing this game a lot and do have a good a lot of them. Now, when you do New Game Plus, you keep all the blades you've unlocked throughout the game. But some blades, you know, when you unlock blades, though, they are locked to the characters that awaken them. So there are two other playable characters we don't have yet, so that's those. I don't have access to those blades yet for the New Game Plus, but that's absolutely fine. We're still running through as well. And in New Game Plus, you can also you keep your experience points, so you can start at the level. You know, you can be at the level that you ended the game at, or you can lower your level if you want to and keep your experience points or spend your experience points for items. I don't know what that is, but give me 1 second here. That's a bot, isn't it? I don't think I can delete it from here. Oh wait, maybe I can. Hold on. There we go. You know what, June? Tell you what. I'll go ahead and do that for you, June. Since you're around here a lot, June, you know what? I think I do trust you with that. And I will go ahead and do that for you. Thank you very much. I figured it out, but yeah, now you have a sword. I have granted you... I don't know what sword I have. You have the sword of flatulence. There we go. That's a Silas sword. That's a sword in Silas. Or maybe Polly has... If you don't want the sword of flatulence, I can give you something else. I'll give you the, you get the star sword. There you go. You get a star sword. So... Okay, so the flatulent sword was a joke that I think... I forget who came up with it. It may have been Polly. It may have been a joke that Polly made at one point. Knowing her, I wouldn't be surprised by it. And then that's where I got the idea for the elemental weapons. So that joke did turn into a fun thing to make.
お前こそしぶといぞ。
人工ブレードの製造をやめるもん。これ以上じいちゃんたちの研究を悪用させないもん。
そんなことしたら大損だもん。このプロジェクトにはいっぱい投資してるんだもん。
じゃあ帝国軍に引き渡しちゃおうかな。キクのやったことでも目をつけられてるだろうし、他にもまずいことたくさんやってるんじゃない？
ギク？レックス、お前そんな悪どいやつとは知らなかったもん。
悪どいってどっちがだよ。
分かったもん。人工ブレイドの製造はやめてやるもん。
そいつにはまだ利用価値がある。余計なことされると困るんだけど。
Oh boy.
弁慶、サタヒコ。
ん？ああ、誰かと思ったらニア。義経から裏切ったとは聞いてたけど。
ニアの知り合いかも。イーラのドライバーだよ。取引相手がよりによってこいつらだったなんて。
こいつらとは随分な言い草ね。新参だったくせに。
いいじゃないか、弁慶。ニアだけじゃなくて天の聖杯までいるんだ。なあ、きっと俺たちの未来を祝福して神様グッと。
サタ、あんたうざいよ。
はーい。
裏切り者は抹殺。聖杯はお持ち帰りね、サタ。めんどくさいけど任務だから。
了解。
Also, hey, I'm using her blade.
光もニアも俺たちの大切な仲間だ。思い通りにさせるもんか。
Alright, so if I remember right, Petroka we should probably take out. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. We're only going for so long here. First, we'll have a cutscene now. The usual Xenoblade. This is Xenoblade 1 and 2. Do this. A lot.
強い。
あの数の武器と鉄壁防御だからね。何人も同時に相手してるようなもんさ。
レックス撃てるわ。
本当。でもここ屋内だぜ。
構造計算してみたけど一撃だけなら耐えられそう。ただしあのクレーンの下限定ね。他は無理だと思う。
オッケー。ならそこに追い込むか。みんな。
いいよ、やったろうじゃない。わかったもん。
もらったから。
Hey yo, here she is. Here she is.
ネレフ。やれやれ。無茶はしないんじゃなかったか。成り行き上ね。助かったよ。
炎の飛行士。
こりゃまた厄介なのが出てきた。
ネレフ。あいつらをクレーンの下まで追い込めないか。奴らの連携を崩せる策もある。とびっきりのね。
Oh, by the way, this is the best girl. This is who we call the best. Meet Morag, those who haven't met her yet. She's great. In fact, there we go. She is level 76, but that's because she is still on the same stats that she had when I beat the game. And I see her blade is the, yeah, I left out the twins. Okay, fun. This is the point where she now joins the party, so it's all good now. Not switch yet. See, okay, yeah, I see. He's taunted. Three here. Ooh, we all got tossed. It's her own. There we go. Now, of course, they're still be standing. That's all right.
私たちは左から撃つ。あなたたちは右からお願い。
わかりました。タイミング合わせますね。
直後に光ちゃんが飛びます。剣の残存エネルギーに注意して。
任せて。行くぞ。
こいつら取り囲もってか。この程度。
白虎ワイルドロー。
から。
どこ見てるのサタ。
カムカム了解ですもん。
調子に乗るな。
Yes, so Pyra and Mithra are the same being, but they are two separate. Personalities of the same being.
美しい。
まさかあれを食らって生きてるなんて。
いや、岩盤でのロスを計算に入れたギリギリの威力だ。さすが。
After reading the definition of that, I'd say you could probably make probably make some argument there. Now I don't know how much I don't know how much exactly they looked into say that,
そうか。
but
ブレイドのコアを狙って。
still,
あいつ
I
ら
think I can see a little bit of that. Though I don't exactly know myself.
このクソ野郎が！私の大切な武器をぶっ壊しやがって！もう許さんぞ！ぶっ潰してやるから！そこは動くなよ！
よせ。ここでそれを使うな、ベイケン。
なんという力。何者だ奴は。
待ってください。何かが変です。体の自由が。
大丈夫か、ベンケン。この力、まさか。
誰だ？
そういうことかよ、アーケディアのクソ坊主。
アーケディアだって。
分が悪い。引くぞ、ベンケン。
ふざけるな。このまま引き下がれるかよ。
目的の物はいただいてる。それにお前の身に何かあったら義経に顔向けできないからな。
離せ。そういうとこがうざいってんだよ。
はいはい、お仕置きは後で受けますよ。
逃がすと思うか。何？
あの船は。
モノケロス隠れてたのか。
メレフ！
メルフ様。
大丈夫だ。あの程度でやられはしない。逃げられたな。ファンレノルン。
アーケディアの女神。なぜあなたがここに？
ファンですって。
もうすぐだ、ラウラ。
So, this is also kind of me playing this after I played through the DLC that they did for this game, which was the Torn of the Golden Country. And actually, some of the characters that showed up there were characters from Torn of the Golden Country. I won't say much more about that, but all of that's actually a little more, I wouldn't say more meaningful now, but it's something. Here we go.
いい動きだラウラ。先を読んでも瞬時に返されてしまうな。
霞の力があってこそよ。あなただって光の奥の手使ってないじゃない。
使ったとしたら
その時はこちらも一の太刀を出させてもらう。
アデル様、食事の支度が整いました。
It is a JRPG. It has a lot of characters.
今の季節は日が長いから時間の感覚なくなるよね。
Has a lot of characters that exist in the present. Has a lot of characters that exist in the past as well.
もうおしまい。残念。参加したかったわ。遅かったわね。一人？皇帝陛下は何かと多忙なの。もともと私一人で行動することも多いし。ドライバーとブレイドは一心同体。それが本来の姿よ。出ないと力は出せないわ。
言葉で言うほど簡単ではないさ。私もまだ君の力を出し切れていない。
そう？私は結構精一杯なんだけど。
そこ知れないってことさ。それにしてもブレイドの行動を抑制する霞の力、修行にうってつけだな。助かるよ。
因果率予測も制限されるしね。ほんと大変。そんなアデル様と光様にそこまで言っていただけるなんて。
And I'm not sure, Anna June as well. I'm just as we've been talking again here. Have you seen like the other Xenoblade games at all? Like the even like the first game? Or are you familiar with the other Xeno games, like the Xenosaga or Xenogears even? A little. Not really. Nah, it's understandable. They're their own sort of weird little pieces of like RPG.
私は戦いは好みませんので。
イーラ最強の男の言葉、ずっしりとくるな。
それが真実なのかもね。彼、いいえ、彼らの。
アデル様、ラウラ様、メスの狙いが分かりました。オートです。
本当か。
はい、間違いありません。
So they fleshed out a lot of these scenes in Torna. He doesn't particularly like fighting, and you are absolutely right. He will fight the planet with his bare hand. That is what he's doing. Basically, you are right there. Jin is sort of the antagonist of this game. In one part. This game has a couple antagonists. Kind of like Silas has a couple antagonists, I guess.
私はファンレノルン、アーケディア法王朝の使者です。
法王朝？
あなたがレックス様ですね。マルベーニ聖火が面会を希望されています。来てくださいませ。
Oh boy, this guy.
それってどういう？なんで法王様が俺なんかと？
法王朝ではアルスとすべてのドライバーとブレイドを管理しています。そしてあなたは天の聖杯のドライバー。
その力取り込みたいということか。
そうではありません。聖火は同じ天の聖杯のドライバーとしてレックス様とお会いしたいと、ただそれだけです。
同じってまさか。
そうです。聖火は滅のドライバーです。そ してレックス様、あなたは今探検を所持していますね。
なんで探検のことを？
わかります。私には聖火はその探検の本来の持ち主でもあります。
つまり法王様がコールじいさんのドライバーってこと？
はい。
まさか、だってじいさんは
現法王はアーケディア人だ。ありえん話ではない。
アーケディア人は長命ですからね。
そうか。だからあの時コールさんは探検の持ち主が世界中へ行く方法を知ってるって言ったのか。
いかがですか？マルベーニ聖会の一件はあなたにとっても悪い話ではないは
You
ず。
sure we won't regret it?
ああ、ちょっと待って。
I'm just saying.
嬉しいよレックス。話ができすぎてる。
光はどう思う？気づいてたんだろう。
I'd listen to the cat girl in this case.
ええ、まさか法王様になっているとは思わなかったけど。
会いたい？
聞きたいことは山ほどあるわ。私が眠りについた後、何が起きたのか。そしてなぜあなたが今ここにいるのか。
わかった。俺も会いたい。いや、会わなきゃいけないと思うんだ。
かすみ。光様、どうされたんですか、こんな時間に。今の季節、雲海の夜は冷えます。風邪を召されますよ。
私はブレイド。風邪はひかないわ。
そうでしたね。失礼いたしました。
かすみ、覚えていないのね。
お、なぜ私のことをかすみと？私はファンレ・ノルン、マルベーニ聖火のブレイドです。
そう、マルベーニの。ごめんなさい、忘れて。知っている人によく似てたからつい。確かにここは寒いわね。ご忠告に従って部屋に戻るわ。
はい、おやすみなさい、光様。
おやすみ、ファン。光ちゃん、あのコアクリスタルの形わかってる。ただ同調しただけじゃない。私たちやレックスとも違う。聞くことがさらに一つ増えたわね。ごめん、ちょっと考え事したいから代わって。うん、わかった。
さて、どうだった？
Oh, good, more. My mercs came back. Good. Let's see what time is it. It's about 7:40 right now. I'll go for a little longer here. I think I'll just keep with Xenoblade 2 for right now. Just because I'm in the mood still. I'll give it a little bit. They said the other, the driver of the other Aegis, the character that they're being summoned by is a character named Almathus. He's the religious leader of the Indolene Church, basically. He is the one, though, who originally awoken the Dark Aegis, the other Aegis, the opposite Aegis to Pyra Mithra here, whose name is Malos. He's the news. Malos is quite a bit, though I don't think we see him for a little while again. Though he does appear very early on in the game. There. Oh, never mind. We do see Malos. There he is.
ああ、ブレイドたちの声がここにある。
来いよ。義経が面白いもん見つけてきたぜ。
わかった。
見ろよこいつを。
It is their big ice cream freezer.
そこでスペルビアが大規模な発掘作業をしてるって噂があったので行ってみたらね。
かなり変わってはいるが、この形。ユーディキウムのアルス兵器だな。
ユーディキウム？それって確か。
ああ、500年前、俺と光が沈めた国だ。そして、マンイーター発祥の地。
マンイーター？
どうする？
我々の脅威となるなら排除する。が、他の使い方もある。
あ、くそ、やってらんねえ。
おかえりなさい。ずいぶんと荒れてますね。まさか。
そっちの守備は問題ない。ちゃんと持って帰ってきたぜ。
それはよかった。で、荒れている原因は？
というわけだ。情けない話だが、逃げ帰るしかなかった。
エーテルバを乱されたわけじゃないんですよ。
I'm gonna let this cutscene play, but I'll be right back.
シン、あれは霞だ。間違いない。シン、
サタヒコ、マルサネスの調整は？
おう、それなら大丈夫だ。予定より少し遅れているが、なんとかする。
義経、天の聖杯の位置は？
リベラリタス島諸軍の近く。船か何かで移動中ですね。
行き先はアーケディアだが。
どちらへ？
テンペランティアだ。時間を稼ぎたい。
天の聖杯はいいの？あの男と結託でもされたら。
それはねえな。光はそんなんじゃねえ。
むしろ俺たちを導いてくれるさ。閉ざされた世界中への道は天の聖杯にしか開けん。メツ、紹介から受け取ったものの調整もある。お前たちはサタヒコを手伝ってやってくれ。テンペランティアには俺一人で行く。
構わんが。
わかりました。お気をつけて。
Alright, I'm back. Went ahead and just had to check on something. And I figured it was the perfect time. Okay, good. Audio's still working. Okay.
すごいですね。雲海がまるで山のよう。リベラリタス島諸軍です。時節柄、アーケディアはあの雲の尾根の向こう側。迂回するよりは陸路を行った方が早いので、船での移動はここまでになります。
アルス線といえども、あの尾根は越えられないでしょうね。
陸路もやむを得んといったところか。
懐かしいな。
5年ぶりじゃな。
何か思い出の場所なんですか？
宮崎村が、俺とじっちゃんの故郷があの尾根の向こう側にあるんだ。
へえ、あんたリベラリタスの出だったんだ。そうだったんですか。
So, big new continent to be on. Yay! After this continent, we do get the other character after this, Zeke, who is his own he's fun. So yeah, with the Xenoblade and any Xeno game really, expect cutscenes. Expect a whole lot of cutscenes.
はい、そこに法王朝の迎えが来ているはずです。
了解。
さすが兄貴、頼もしいもん。何がヒヒヒじゃ。浮かんだ軍刀をたどっていくだけじゃろうが。
ルートによっては危険だろ。手強いモンスターに襲われるかもしれないし。
そりゃまあそうじゃが。どうやって行くの？
矢崎村は
岩崎村？
通りますか？
そういうルートもあるよ。
それ、私そのルートで行きたいです。前のめってくるな。
いつになくアグレッシブですね。
目的が変わってますもん。
だってレックスの故郷見てみたくありません？ああ、そりゃ確かに見たいかも。
まあそのルートなら比較的安全だし悪くないか。どうかな。
レックス様にお任せします。
よし、じゃあ決まり。準備ができたら出
Haze there.
って
We don't get to use her in this game.
ここにいるの？
スペルビア
But you do in Torna.
堂々する旨を申し出た。何か問題でも？
当然のことです。天の聖杯を法王朝にお招きする以上、その情報は全ての国に開かれなければなりません。
あくまで中立公正な立場でというわけじゃな。
はい、そういうわけなの。よろしくね、ニア。
牢屋にぶち込まれてた身としてはどうにも居心地が悪いんだけど。
まあそう言わずにお嬢様、メレフ様とカグツチ様が同行されるのです。旅の安全は保証されたようなものです。
そりゃまあそうだろうけどさ。
いいじゃないかニア。誤解も解けたんだし。この間だって助けてもらったろ。
能天気でいいね、あんたは。
前向き
って言ってくれってんだろ。わかったよ。全部水に流してやろうじゃん。仲直り。
こちらこそ。
Okay, look, they had to fight Morg a couple times, so it didn't turn out... It didn't start out like this. There we go. Okay. So before I do this, let's see... There is no inn around here, and I actually want to visit that first. So I'm going to do that. And allow what this game does. It does allow for skip travel. If you do need to skip somewhere, you can get there really fast. At any point in the game, really. You can kind of do this at any time, so it does kind of break the mood a little bit. And really, any of the games has this, but, you know. It is what it is. I've always said that Xenoblade 1 is kind of an RPG of convenience. It does let you do what you need to do at any time. This game's similar. The reason why I'm doing this, I'm going to go to the inn, because I'm going to go ahead and lower Morag's level. So actually we have enough to take her to level 79. But I'm going to lower her down to the rest of the party. Yeah, somewhere around there. And yeah, really, with any character, I can take them up to... I have enough EXP right now for all of them to be like 78 if I really want to. Well, we'll do that. You can use bonus. You get bonus experience points in the when you play the game normally. You can level them up with their bonus experience points at ends, or not use bonus experience points at all. All right. And I'm mostly keeping the level down just to kind of you know, give a little bit of tension in this game as I, you know, do a replay. And I actually want to go ahead and check out Morag here. Yeah, I have the Twins on her and Brigid. What else do I have on her right now? Oh, I have Gorg on her. Okay. Dagas, Praxis in Theory, Azami, Finch, and Dahlia. Okay. And then a few other blades, too, that may or may not be useful. Fodder blades. Okay. Anything fun we can use for them yet? Let's see. I think I will change who I'm using here. Okay, I think I'll be fine for now. And I do have... yeah, all of Poppy now. Awesome. Okay, good. Now we just need Zeke in the party, that will be good. You know what? One more thing. I'm gonna do one more thing. There we go. There we go. Now we can go, I don't know. There is a big enemy we could touch there, but I don't think we're going to. That'll be a good death though. Be a very, very good, quick death. Touching that thing. I'll go back to the area we were at. See, it's about 8. It's about 7:56 now. All right. Ooh. Like treasure chests? Stick to the left path. We'll see. So a lot of the other areas in this game have a very, like in both Xenoblade 1 and 2, have this very interesting looking kind of art design style. Xenoblade 2, this is one of those good areas. This is one of those really good areas. Xenoblade 1 has quite a few as well. I'd say for that game, once you get to the area called Satoral Marsh, I think that game gets real good. I think it's when the game starts getting real good. Once you get to Satoral Marsh and Makala Forest, I think is what's called. And so you start getting other characters like Melia in the game too. But yeah, the premise of both Xenoblade 1 and 2 is that like the continents both all take place. They all take place on large like things like the like Xenoblade 1. It's on two kind of gods that are kind of Titan-like. In this game, each continent is on its own like large what creature that's called a Titan. In this particular area is like multiple Titans kind of gathered together and forming like this, you know, strange kind of almost alien-looking kind of set of islands. And the actual like monster designs of this game are pretty good too. Try and yeah, there's a lot of great view. There's a lot of great views. There are rewards for finding great, like certain areas with specific great views in all three games. So it's they definitely know that they're making some great stuff, great looking things. There we go. Like that axe. Let's see. But yeah, this area is kind of alien looking, and I like it a lot. Like, as much as people can complain about the character designs, which I don't mind, honestly, I think this game has fantastic character designs. A lot of characters, but I think they're all pretty great looking. They definitely nailed the views down. I mentioned Baten Kaitos before, but that game also has that theme of people living in the sky, or like, you know, on various separate continents. That's also another Monolith Soft game, and that one though uses pre-rendered areas. The main thing they complain about, like for example, it's mainly the style of character, especially compared to say Xenoblade 1, which has a little bit more of a realistic texture, I'd say like a more realistic texture for each character design, while this one uses more this uses a much cleaner, more modern anime aesthetic. While Xenoblade 1 doesn't. The Xenoblade Definitive Edition version kind of uses this style for each character. Now, from what my understanding is that Monolith had to sort of work around the Wii a little bit in how they did their character models. I don't think they look bad at all, but they do look... They're just a little off and a little different enough that you can tell that they had to work around the Wii. They had to work on the Wii and its limitations. But I will say, if you play Xenoblade 1, the Wii version of that with component cables on a Wii, I think that game looks beautiful. And that game's sort of meant to look like a 480p game than something that's output over like a HDMI, specifically for that version. And I understand why they're not reusing those graphics for like the Switch, for us, you know, with whatever resolution the new game, that version runs at. It might look it does look a little off, especially like when playing like on a Wii U, playing Xenoblade 1 on a Wii U. But I think Xenoblade 1 works extremely well with Wii component cables. And that's how I played through the game. It's like the one Wii game I was able to use component cables with, because I finally got them at that time. I got a group of Turkin. Okay. But yeah, there has been a bit of complaints about the character designs on Twitter, you know, like on social media, Twitter, recently, and that I've seen that I'm like, okay. I know some people haven't played Xenoblade 1, looked at it in a while, but it is its own look. I do think it looks interesting, at least, still. But I also do like how this game looks as well. Okay, let's revive. There we go. It's one of the situations we got surrounded by enemies and I get killed. When other things start attacking you, enemies can join in battle around you. Very similar to, say, how Final Fantasy XII handles things. With what kind of how enemies are handled and what they look like. You want to sort of separate yourself from other enemies around and kind of keep track of... Keep in mind where other things are. Some enemies don't respond to you at all, while some enemies will respond to you attacking other enemies. Others will attack you on sight, while other ones will run away when you attack them. Or they will run away to get back up. So I think there's a lot of cool MMO concepts is what people compare it a lot to. I remember when Xenoblade 1 came out, a lot of people were calling it like an MMO, or like doing a lot of MMO comparisons, which I saw, of course, but I was more thinking like of it like a like Final Fantasy 12. Because I'm actually not that familiar with MMOs. The one MMO that I've played, really, is Phantasy Star Online. That's about as much as I've done with that world. Though I did pick up that Final Fantasy 14 starter kit that was free. That comes with like a 30-day. I might give that a go at some point in my life. I might give that a go sometime. But me not being familiar with MMOs, it's kind of also where I was having trouble with Xenoblade 1 originally. But, like I said, I changed my mind about... I kind of shifted my perspective a little bit, and I got into it. Once I got into it, I got into it. I haven't played a single MMO enough. You know, I did lie. There is one other MMO I have played, and that's Maple Story. I did play the original Maple Story for a time. When I say for a time, I mean like a week. Maybe intermittently. A couple times, but not like a full-on... I was never super big into MMOs. Though, when I was in high school, and that's when the MMOs sort of started to gain a lot of ground. I was in I think it was even in middle school, when PSO came, when PSO was around, and... I knew a lot of people who played World of Warcraft, and even that's still like my prime example of an MMO that I've never played. But yeah, I've not played... The moral of the story is I've not played MMOs, so I don't know what I'm talking about with comparing things to MMOs. But I have played Final Fantasy 12. I guess I could tell my story about that game if I wanted to. I was in high school when that game came. I was in early high school when that game came out, and I borrowed it from my uncle, and I kind of hated it at first. It wasn't until later I kind of got it. There's another one that kind of like, okay, I get this now. What's the other one? Now I remember as well too with Final Fantasy 12. I did first try it with the Dragon Quest VIII demo, but I did not play Dragon Quest VIII to play the Final Fantasy 12 demo. I played Dragon Quest 8 to play Dragon Quest 8. I definitely stole that game from my uncle when he didn't like it. I still have that copy. So, the other moral of the story is to steal video games from your family when they don't like them. That is my tip for everything. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, with the PS2, we had demo discs. I remember I played the demo for Zone of the Enders so much. I had only played the demo for so long, and then years later, I got that. So yeah, after that I got. I'd played Zone of the Enders much later. I love Zone of the Enders, the first one, especially. But I remember just playing the demo for that constantly. At one point. Yeah. No, I understand. Yeah, I understand. My other piece of advice is to, I don't know. I don't give very good advice, unfortunately. Whoa. Let's take care of this guy first, and then we'll do the bullfrog. The frog, whatever. I forget what the enemy type is called. I should be using arts though. Topple, I would be thankful for that. No, you're not toppling Rex, are you? No, okay. That's alright. So if I might explain one more thing that's kind of a thing that comes up also in Xenoblade 1, and probably the first thing Xenoblade 1 teaches you is how to topple an enemy. Because of how that game handles a certain enemy type, you have to topple them in order to do damage. And how it works is that a character can first break an enemy, and then a character has to use another art to topple the enemy while they are broken. This game does the same thing, in which when an enemy is toppled, they can't move. And like in Xenoblade 1, the enemy type cannot receive damage unless you have an enchanted weapon or if the enemy is toppled. So you want to learn that mechanic pretty quickly. And toppling enemies is very important in Xenoblade 1. Xenoblade 2, it's a little less, it's not as important, but some other effects happen when an enemy is toppled. And then from there, you can actually launch them and smash them after that. And different status effects can occur if you use elemental attacks at the same time. Elemental blade attacks at the same time. It's a little confusing at first, but once you have to play around with it and you'll learn it. The thing you do, it's a little harder to explain.
その周りを回る小さなアルスがここの特徴なんだ。
世界にはいろんなところがあるもん。ご主人、ちょっとは外に出た方がいい。
Master Pawn should get out more often.
引きこもってメカいじりばかりじゃ健康に悪いもん。今はこうして兄貴たちと冒険してるもん。引きこもりとかオレンジ警備員じゃないもん。
そうだな。今のトラは 立派なドライバーだもんな。
さすが兄貴、よくわかってるもん。
Xenoblade 1 and 2, well, like I said before, all have no pawn. They're not the worst, but, you know, there's worse out there. Let's see. Let's see what's over here. Oh. Now, I guess this was a question I kind of... I don't know who proposed this question before, but I heard it. And, I guess I'll ask... did the serve bots from Mega Man Legends eventually lead us to the minions? Because did the, because that's my thought. That was my unfortunate thought, and I didn't want to think about it anymore. Oh, good. I really hope so. So I'm really hoping it was the rabbits that caused the minions, because I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope they're unrelated, because I love the surf bots. There we go. Crap. Oh, shoot. Shackled. Okay, we're good. Oh, it's resisting break. Okay. Oh, shoot. Shackled. Shackled, we can't do auto attacks, and it gets to be a pain. There we go, we're facing its back. So use the attack that does a better, you know, higher back attack. Ooh, we got launched. See if I can... Nia can get a splash hazard on, that'd be good. Or Dark Tide, that'll work too. Like I said, an announcer. Oh, I love it. Yeah, like I said before, some enemies will just ignore you if you ignore them. You can still fight them if you want to, but you know. You want to destroy everything. And yeah, this is still a good area. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. I probably didn't mention this before, but this game's music is also really good, and this main battle theme is really good. Yeah. Shoot. All right. There we go. There we go. See, this is a chill stream. This is a nice chill idea for a stream. Just playing Xenoblade 2 again. That sounds good. That was good. Oh, yep. I will see you around June. I'll probably be stopping here pretty soon anyway. That sounds good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming out. And there. Thank you very much. You're cool too. And there. So you have a good rest of the evening though, okay? And I think from there I may go ahead and stop here myself. I'm streaming. I think you've played a good amount of Xenoblade 2 again. This is still a game I absolutely love. It's kind of weird thinking about it, how much it does mean to me. Is a kind of a weird thing, I guess. But yeah, it's still very, very good and interesting. I think I'll do one more fight here, and then we'll go ahead and call it an evening. This fight here, I think we'll be done after the. Yep, we'll be done after this. Okay, now we gotta take out this thing. Oh. Let's start there, and then let's see if we can get a burnout. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'll stop right outside this town then. Down there. Well, for anyone still watching, just lurking around or just being quiet here, thank you very much for coming out. If you've not seen Xenoblade before, I definitely recommend giving these a go. That first game is getting that remaster. I think that comes out tomorrow. June 29th. For those watching this on YouTube for some reason when I put it on there. But yeah, you should definitely give these games a go because they are good. And I've said this before, there are multiple options to play that first game if you don't want to play the Switch version specifically. Even though the Wii version's hard to find, I don't know how hard it is anymore. I do see copies of it sometimes. You can still get it on new 3DS if you have one of those, like digitally, and it's even available digitally on Wii U if you still have a Wii U. But yeah, definitely give that series a go. And this game is on Switch, of course. But other than that, I think we'll go ahead and stop here. So, thank you all for coming out, and